pretty much that in the past always was looked as the
show as much, but so far in this tournament they've eliminated Tightbound, I believe, and dropped down Spirit as well. So let's see.
well, let's see. They are coming over. Some fatal bonds do connect. Shield crash as well. Going on to Kataomi. He's in a lot of trouble, and he does look to be the first to drop down. Tofu is going to be using the shackles, healing himself up a little bit, and a hoof stomp. Keep him alive a little bit longer. Of course, there with the foul play, he'll survive just a tad bit longer. Not enough armor. Then those trades are still fine for you.
This bot lane, by the way, so far is looking really damn bad for Miro. He might even fall here.
Ooh, that's a problem. Watson is being healed up. They want to go forward. Blood Grenade does connect barely, but barely is enough to get the kill. Malady brings down Miero, and GG get themselves. Probably thought that the Orb of Light is gonna be enough. Let's see. Going on Tofu. Shackles being used. Is gonna be full because of that. Uses the Healing Lotus. Afraid of the Hoop Stomp. They're still going forward. The slows are there. This time around with Blood Grenade, they want him dead. It will get purged off with the foul play. Once he does it, Malady coming over, giving him the Healing Lotus and the heals. Though it's not gonna be enough. He will be finishing him off with the Crystal Nova.
Pure though?
With the Frostbite onto Ace, and Pure, he has to TP out. Should be successful at surviving.
Someone with this region, like he's healing up heavily, moving into the CM on top lane. Can he get Kataomi?
It does look like it. That is way too slow of a hero. Even when you damage him, the region rune is going to be continuing going strong. And Kataomi has 7-1 charges. Not going to help him. Doesn't even use them in the end.
Watson is going top. Through the Twin Gate.
Going towards Pure. He has nothing to jump to. No supports. He will be going towards the creeps and, well, into the hands of Ace. Double Edge. Goodbye, Pure. GG get themselves 2 kills on the top lane.
Right now, 5 heroes of BetBoom are down bottom.
They're trying to open up the map. Malady, if he wants to eat the Grimoire right now, he can have his level 6. A little bit lowish in the mana. Will be healing the troll. Watson taking some damage from afar. There's the golem being dropped. Watson running himself away. Swashbuckle through the trees. Beautifully done by GPK. Gets the kill. Quinn thinks twice about zipping in. Doesn't really have the Arcane Rune picked up. The zip coming in. Storm wants this one, and Blinding Light off the mark. A little bit too early save. He's gonna get hexed up. There is gonna be some Serpent Wards brought down. Pure in a little bit of trouble. Golem dropped. Slow down the Pango. There's the Stampede. They really want this PA, and Pure has nowhere to go. He was trying to find a way to get to the low ground. Not gonna be happening. 3 heroes of BetBoom are dead, and his team to survive through this.
Oh, pull that out. GPK top. They're zipping on him.
He's gonna get the shield crash off, so the shield is there. He's gonna be locked on for a really long time, and without the Rolling Thunder, pretty much dead. Even if he had it there, the lockdowns are way too long. This is that he probably does have a defusal, and then this is just the next item that he's skilling up. The Crimson Guard will be used. He does have the Blade Mail. A lot of damage being done to the center, and he will drop that Golem a little bit too late. He will be getting his Stampede off, and that might be the cue for BetBoom to get them.
Well, it looks like Storm is a horror for BB. He's jumping top.
For these 2 supports, especially, he wants Kataomi dead. He knows that Frostbite is an annoying spell, and he's gonna have to use it on the center. Kataomi being protected a little bit, but in the end will die just the same as Quinn in this game. But he's gonna be trying to kill Roach. That is an Aghanim Scepter Pango that is coming over. If he gets into the pit, it's gonna be a huge deal. There is no Golem. There is a Stampede, however. Aegis on the Storm. Quinn gonna be going in. Fatal Bond spreading onto the supports. They have to be very careful. Now it's dropping low, but he will be fine. But yup, the Centaur Stomp, amazing enough to get the 2 kills. Now that does leave Miero all alone. They do have the Electric Vortex, and he will fall as well. He might be tankier than his teammates, but he's really not all that tanky when he's surrounded by GG heroes of their HP. And that's gonna be the last outer tower.
They're triangle though.
Well, that try of theirs is not going to be ending too well. They went for a kill, and in the end, it is going to be the 2 of them that do get taken down. Miero, he winds up his ulti and is ready to roar in the end. Not allowed.
Storm once again. Look at Quinn zipping top.
He is going to be finding the CM. I'm loving the GG wards. I think they have intentionally worded in a way to catch people trying to get scrap so far.
Yeah, look at bot. Yeah, Tofu just running down Pure. It seems like he will find them.
BKB yet. There's that double hex with the shackle shot. The funny thing is, he probably would have been able to get this one on his own.
Oh, the TP?
Not gonna be happening. Malady? No need for it. They have a Yules, so that will be a kill. Malady doesn't really see it.
He might be dead as well.
That's Bummer Stampede being used just to allow the Storm to get here a bit faster, zipping from far away, and these 2 do more than enough damage. Miero, he tries to roar the Storm. He knew roaring Ace wouldn't have been good enough, but also
He does have blur, but I'm not sure if that's gonna help.
Tofu is waiting for somebody to come close. He's gonna be hexing the CM, and there's the Storm zipping in, doing so much damage to the both of them. The Crystal Clone will slow him down a bit, but of course Tofu is there, and Watson joined in on the fun to help. BetBoom in a smoke. They know they have to defend this Roche. The smoke will break on the Centaur, so he knows they're in the vicinity. He's gonna be going in onto the Mango. That is a big target to bring down. If they can do it from 100 to 0 into the pit, he goes. And that is where he dies. Does have a buyback. Blinding Light being used. They're still going for the Scotland. They want him dead save. Doesn't look like he can survive. Onto the other side, there's gonna be another catch. Tofu finds Karomi, and once again, BetBoom, they lose 3. You feel like even if you make a mistake, that you can get away. I think that's the thing. And you were talking about the Beastmaster. There's the catch. Tofu keeping him in place long enough for no BKBs to come out and no help.
Quinn is joining them as well and straight to the backlines.
The backlines he goes. Doesn't have vision there in the back, so Glimmer capable to protect save, but it is the second lane rack that is going to be taken down. Troll still has the Aegis. He has BKB and 5 Stampede away. He's trying to get himself out. GPK and Thunder going in. They do have the Roar trying to finish off Face and will be able to do it. Pure secures him in the end. Blinding Light to keep them away. Bash onto the Troll. They don't want to allow Watson to come close. This is the way.
Keeper has Solar Bind Vessel. So.
Yep. That's true. Serpent Wards will be placed. There's no more glyph from BetBoom, but they do have the Rolling Thunder going for the Warlock. They don't want to allow him to use the Golem, and they won't. Does buyback immediately while the Troll is beating up the Beastmaster. Did so in the laning phase, and it's continuing to so at the MKB. The 4PA, she cannot move, rooted up and taken out. Say will be next on the menu. You're not going to be doing your damage any longer. They do have buyback, so can most definitely continue the fight, but the question is, can you really?
They do have good vision here, though.
Well, let's see. Maybe GG do not check that cliff. Quinn is coming close. That'll be a solid one to go for, but he does zip away just now. Who's from onto the PA. He didn't get the BKB off. This is very dangerous. He'll be using it right now. Going on the other side is they're trying to find Watson with his MKB. He's just gonna annihilate him. The second that the first through does connect, he is over for the PA. Now looking towards save, but at this point, GG was already called. BetBoom have accepted defeat and will try their luck in game 2.
Yeah, gotta go for that game number 2 and see how you can adjust. There were definitely some problems that they had in this game. Great.
Now, when you ask me, like, he won 1 game, right?
No, he won 0.
Generally, what's the build for a ringmaster? Is there? Okay, wait a second. Tofu is definitely gonna be annoyed here. Slow down to crawl with 2 boards. There's gonna be a Hawk as well, and Tofu looking very much that he did have a very far and they stick, but decides.
And that's what's so nice about the Zero. Glimmer Aetherlance is fantastic. It's nice to be able to tame the beasts and use that spell from distance. Keep one thing in mind, by the way. Also, you could go for something like a mech and go fully tilted.
He's gonna be in a lot of trouble. We didn't see it on screen, but that tamed the beast took away so much of his HP. They do bring down save though, and Miero is being smacked by Malady. Is gonna be taking away a lot of. He's not having the best of times. Miero running in. He does have the Ravage. Popping it immediately. Watson, he does have a stun. Gets frostbitten from a side. Pure is coming over, and Watson doesn't even get the stun off. Just dies. Was hoping possibly.
Of course, he's gonna have the XP advantage.
They are defending this though. Malady posturing aggressively. Watson coming in with the unstable concoction. They have the minus armor from the acid spray. Miero, however, the blubber comes out just in time. Climb to move, and the roar wasn't used previously. Malady comes closer this time around. Turns around. They are thinking about fighting inside of the acid spray, but he was thinking about a Miero kill. In the end, it's just a stack.
See, they're really committing.
Freezing field. Mortimer's kisses from afar. They want to melt that ice, and they're looking towards Pure. Unstable concoction will connect. Pure is very low. Global silence being used, and he's dead. BetBoom, they're oversay. They're welcome. They are ignoring the Tide Hunter. They don't want to get ravaged, and Miero might have to use it if he wants to live. Impalement Arts slow down Watson even more, and from the side they do come over. Dragon Tail. Now finally the ravage. This is just going to be a defensive one. Or
they're melting.
He tries to get to the high ground. Quinn, not going to be happening, but he's still standing his ground, and Watson running in like a madman. He wants all of them with this radiance being surged up. The blood grenade will be off the mark now. They will send him back there, but here just doesn't last long enough. Watson without his ulti, the way too scared to go forward. Miero. Oh, the miss from Tofu doesn't get him with the scatter
Beast is coming back.
Now with the Frostbite, tries to get away. And Tame the Beast does do a lot of damage. Pure is back to the land of the living, and he still has this roar, and he didn't get the chance to use it previously. With that BetBoom, they do pull in GG after what seemed to be a lost fight. And
So he has that 20% extra reduction, and he might use it here.
Miero will be found. He does have the Ravage. There's some help coming out from Safe, who wants to be able to protect him. Glimmer Cave. Ravage will get used, and there's the Will of Wonder. Now the slows are going to be amazing, and they do bring down Ace. This time around, he didn't have the wall. However, you have put yourself in a very uncomfortable position there on the TA. The escape back, just giving him a little bit longer to live. Not enough to survive. Watson running forward. He will be stunning himself.
No one is showing on the map.
He pushed out the top, and now they're coming towards the mid lane. They're pinging out where Tofu is, and Pure gets on top of him this time around. Global Silence being used. Tofu, he's gonna have a cookie in a second, gets to the low ground, and with the Essence String, will actually survive. But that is
the back beast.
Favor support. They're gonna be going for the beast. The escape act is there. Vacuum onto the three of them. Mortimer's kisses from afar, trying to kill him. Now the roar comes out. Pure, he has this BKB, but look at that. The wall is not allowing him to escape. Save will be taken out. Haste will be found by Pure. They allow him to take it just so that he can escape. But Quinn,
this is a good ulti.
now they're gonna have to use the stun to stop Kataomi, and they fight him in the trees just before the Ravage comes out. Quinn, he needed that to stop Kataomi in a little bit of trouble, but Pure now, he feels like they don't have enough damage to deal with him, and he's most definitely right. Watson, without his ult, he's in so much trouble. He's gonna get surged up with the dying breath of the Darks here. He tries to save Watson, but he will die to the overtime damage of Pure, and of course the trap that was perfectly placed from BetBoom. Alright, getting their items. The Alchemist still, of course, at the top of the network chart, but ever so barely. Targeted, Pure goes for him, gets the roar off. The Global Silence into a TP out is the way to go. Force Staff, no, not gonna be happening. The Hawk does not care, still uses the dive. I think it's a necessity.
Oh, Ace.
GG.
Oh, he's just
out. Not gonna be happening. Roar is there, and even with the Crimson Guard, these two do more than enough damage. There's the perfect time to fight.
Yeah, Watson.
Watson. He is gonna get ravaged and annihilated in a second. The roar onto Malady, who's staying up on that cliff, ready to break those smokes, and Pure is relentless. He wants the roar
next.
Ace, and with the slow, they have more than enough. Can they get on top of him though? You can't go through the defender's gate. He's hoping to get that blink, but he's so annoyed there, being rooted multiple times, and finally the blink from Pure will be coming back off cooldown, allowing him. The Atos will have a cookie in 5 seconds. However, the creeps in the mid lane are getting into the base. So even if Tofu survives, which now we know is not going to happen,
he's buying so much time though.
Good situation for GG.
Yeah, he managed to at least delay and move them out of the base.
Pure, he had the roar once again. They're going towards the dragon. Are you going to be protected a bit? Global Silence being used. Force Staff Quinn gets himself out in time. Pure says, nope, you are not getting out of this one. At least they will catch GPK. He has a Hurricane Pike. Thinking about a TP, but next to a Basher, it's just not gonna happen. Gonna be using the refraction charges. Blink Dagger canceled multiple times. There's the escape act. Wheel of Wonder will not be connecting onto Watson. He knows it's now or never. Pure is not here. He has to do something. But the wall onto the 4 of them. They're gonna be using the freezing field even with perfect spell usage. It's not enough. Watson will die, and BetBoom are too strong. While this is happening, Pure is coming from the other side. Gonna be rejoining his team in a second, and he is here to show Ace who's boss. Frostbite will connect. Omi gets himself away. Ace has another surge to try and escape, and should be successful in doing so. But another good fight for BetBoom.
And items. Now Pure. He has Roar again.
And he's gonna have another one in 5 seconds if he wants to use the refresher. Also, he's level 25, so really doesn't have to wait all that much. There's the Ravage coming in. Pure pops his BKB after the refresher and doesn't even need the Roar.
Let's see. Quinn, mid.
Hidron being used. Thinking about going for him. Blink Hex. Ravage is ready. Will be using it. And yeah, that is not a very tanky hero. Ace going towards the Willow Under. He's going to be cookied up. Tries to surge himself away and is able to do so.
He's not. They are smoking up, though.
Or never. Have to make it happen. Miero just goes in with the Hex. Use the refresher, Ravage. And he does have a buyback on Watson. Doesn't have his ulti Roar being used. And GG just accept that this game is over. BetBoom, they strike back, and the upper bracket final will not end in 2 games. We get to see a decider.
Yeah, I think it's important that we see game number 3 because we play off of Huskar mid, right? Like he's the one that is the yeah. But look at him again, Dark's here once again down bottom.
Oh, Miero, he can't die. He's going to try to kill Watson and will be successful at doing so, but only after he has lost his life. Will be a very farmed Jakiro, very high level Jakiro that might just kill you again. Is this, Lizard, is this worth it in any way?
Well, they might kill Huskar mid. Let's see, Quinn. They're diving
There's
him.
The stun, and well, with the Tame the Beast, they're going to be doing just that. Move away from the tower, you
Mid lane? Mid lane, Quinn?
Yeah, they're going for Quinn once again. Tame the Beast did connect. Blood Grenade, a couple more hits. GPK is tanky enough to continue going forward.
They are moving safe top.
Now he's roaming. There's the Impalement Arce. He's already used his Aphotic Shield. They're gonna have the Tame the Beast, and he uses the 1 charges. Not enough to survive. Tofu will be next on the menu. They just need to jump on him, and that should be a kill. The TP is coming in from Watson. Now he's gonna be showing what he has been getting on the bottom lane, and he's been getting a lot. Gets his level 6, sending in the Remnants, but didn't have the mana at the time.
Considering that he got dual laned, understandable, and they might kill him again here. Silencer now.
Do it with the 3 heroes. Tame the Beast connects. Impalement Arce. Quinn is not moving, and this is where he dies. That same place has been his death spot.
I feel like one of... well, top lane. Hold that thought.
Save is going to be rotating. Uses the Tame the Beast. The DK is going to be TPing in. He's not super high level, but definitely farm GPK. Coming in with his level 5. They're going to try to protect the Abaddon with the phase boots, healing Lotus. He should be fine for now. Now looking over towards Mali, who's standing his ground versus Pure. Let's
Ember
go.
is coming.
Gonna eat the stun, but the Ember is coming from the other side. It's going to be Kataomi. Illuminate through all of them. Pure still surviving. Malady is the first one to fall. Let's see what Watson can do. He's level 7. Just got it right now. And his mana, and of course the cooldowns will be refreshed. He's waiting for the chains. Let's see if it's going to be enough to bring down GPK. One more hit, and that is the kill. Save gets a bit too close for comfort. Gets to the low ground and Tame the Beast.
Nice dodge.
Nicely dodged by Watson because that he might just get another kill. Doesn't have the mana to do so. If he had 30 mana more, that was another one. Now it will be given to him, but a bit too late.
Why not Ace?
They're gonna try to punish him, and with the beautiful ward placement, absolutely no chance he gets out of this one alive. Pure is on a killing spree, which is huge, right? Because Watson as well, who changed his mind. It is gonna be a major.
They're gonna go for Ace again.
Spirit. They want Ace. They want to kill him before he gets his level 6, and will be able to do it. Speaking of level 6s, both of the mid laners of BetBoom.
Look at the smoke straight onto Quinn. Oh no.
He is he's gonna get super annoyed. Why is there always a billion heroes first in my lane, then when I go farming? Quinn will die. The tips are flying out. They're trying
Not like your classic late game hero. Global is there. They could use it.
We'll be using it right now. The chains didn't connect, went to the creep. Wheel of Wonder being used. This Jakiro will be going nowhere. Malady loses his life to the Arcane Curse. Kataomi becoming a little bit smarter as the stun onto the Ember. That's going to get the Sleight of Fist. Kataomi gets himself out in time, and Watson now is surrounded. The wall is keeping in place even when he uses the Remnants. They're so slow. Arcane Curse being used. Quinn, he's back. He's going to be silencing Miero, trying to finish him off, and maybe this is the time for him to come back into the game. This time around, Miero will not be going anywhere, but the 2 heroes that annoyed you in the mid lane will continue to do so. Even with the heals from the Illuminate, it is not enough. They do bring in Ace. He does eat the Pure
is coming.
Tofu trying to get himself away, and as you mentioned, Pure coming from the side, ready with the crits. Kataomi is just getting all of that intelligence, but Maladish, beautiful macro power. They will die to the overtime damage, or at least the silencer will, but the Malady will follow immediately afterwards. GPK doesn't have the stun, and Ace might just be able to bring him down in the end. They will be able to do it, but at the cost of his own life. A bloodbath in the bottom lane that in the end, GG, they know they have to fight. They're not coming back into this game by farming with the items that they went for, especially with PA with the Battle Fury. Global Silence being used. Save will be protected. That'll be a 7 kill streak that you're going to be getting, and it is just not going to be the Wheel of Wonder going to be connecting. They're making sure that even this Watson Ember doesn't do enough. Arcane Curse, can he survive through it? Using the Sleight of Fist to dodge the damage, to deny himself. Kataomi from afar still continues. They do see the Silencer on the ward. This is a solid kill that you can get. Kataomi.
Global even.
He does use the global. Glimmer Cape was used instantly dusted, so some big things forced out by GG. It will cost the Magic Hero on the other side of the map. Will of Wonder making sure that he is taken out as slowed down in this game. Allowing Quinn to get very close to his BKB, but it would be pretty bad if they kill him right now. The worst time to die just before you finish your BKB, and that's exactly what's going to be happening to the mid laner of Gaimin Gladiators.
Yeah, I wonder what GPK will be building. Call that dot, mid lane ace. They might jump him here.
They want him dead. That is the one hero that hasn't really been joining too much in fight, but still has 4 deaths to his name. Maybe just try to force out the borrow time. Doesn't have the apodic shield to slow down these, or to remove these slows. Out of his ulti, can he survive? Global Silence is ready. EA being kept at bay as the Dragonite is coming from the side, but they do go for Malady. Seems that the DK will be the only dragon on this map for now.
They're just controlling the game completely.
Quinn is in such a bad position, they might find him. They're looking towards the Abaddon. Gets stunned there by the neutral creeps. Might allow Ace to survive. He doesn't have his ulti for 8 seconds, so no such luck. Even with the help of the neutrals, it's not enough.
Hey, Quinn. Yeah, he just got the BKB from the courier.
They saw him. They saw him with the courier of the Ringmaster. Yeah. Recall not gonna be happening. He does get stunned up. At this point, you do not want to BKB. Just accept your death.
Just so many different ways to... Look at the smoke, though. I might have cursed him.
Yeah, they do have a global silence. Once they used it to save his life, Glimmer Cape to protect himself goes for the escape act, and now the global silence will be coming out. He uses the spotlight as well, and it is going to be Malady who drops down first. Ladov is doing a decent amount of damage, but the vacuum onto the 2 of them, while not of it. Oh, actually, it was used there, so just taking the Ace illusion, looking towards Watson in the backlines. Pure is just killing Quinn as well, who's gonna have to pop his BKB and fight, run. He's not sure. The other side of the fight, they are chasing Watson. He's jumping around, and the crit will end Quinn once again. BetBoom, they might have lost the silencer. Position 5 is such a small price to pay to annihilate your opponents one more time. They did find save, but killing him is a completely different story. Pure is the one delivering finishing blows to every single one. And they want to give him the rampage. Going forward, there is a remnant on the Ember, but he turns around with a sleight of fist, and Pure, thinking about going in, he will decide against it. Way too risky on it. Twice, he's probably going to have that one back. 15 seconds is going to be there. By being used, escape back, they do get the Darkseer out of harm's way. Macro Power completely off the marks. Fist Chains will connect, vacuum, and the Wheel of Wonder will allow the Darkseer to escape. Now Malady's the one who's dropping low. They're gonna try to go for a P8. That is a hero with an Aegis, and he will have the BKB after he dies. Even if you manage to kill him, they're gonna have to ult to control. Pure is playing around this wall, and finally they'll take him down once. There should be a nice path waiting for him. Used right now, global silence as well. They try to do some damage, do absolutely nothing to him. He will be forcing out the ulti from the Abaddon and going for a TP out. That's an 8-second BKB they have to use. Finally, a solid fight for them. Save. Can they get him out? No chains, no Yules. Just in time, a huge streak will not be taken away from him. But GG.
Not lose the fight.
The mid lane power down, now looking towards the PA. Pure to get away. Surge in the Glimmer Cape. The 3 of them impale Bernards, and here comes the Wheel of Wonder being positioned in such a good spot, looking towards Ace. He will be fine for now, but you've already lost your Huskar. So what will you do once your ulti is out? BetBoom have found their opening to just go for a shade. It's a very nice ice path from Malady to protect these buddies, and in the backlines, Watson is doing his best to keep them all at bay. Malady, that is going to be a dieback, and Pure is not done. One more crit. He does get him a double this time around, with Tofu surviving a consolation prize for G.
Malady, though, he's coming too close.
Daggered. Vision, and Quinn goes for a TP out without the BKB. Oh, that Malady getting closer. It actually killed the Huskar, because if they go for him first, he pops the BKB. TP out probably makes it out. They want to stay in this game. They want to get into the grand finals today. Let's see if it will be allowed. Quinn uses his ulti, his BKB, and now looking towards GPK, who's going to be protected. Wheel of Wonder being used. They're going to have the vacuum to get him closer, but they're already in trouble as Pure goes in. Make sure that one of the cores is out. Quinn out of the equation. He cannot buy back, cannot rejoin his team. They are going to be taking Maladish next. And Ace now, without his ulti, should be an easy target. Still a fast hero. That's the phase boost, but the slows are there. Normal punch as well, and Pure, another hit will get them the kill. Now Watson, next on the menu, does have a Remnant back and should be able to survive a bit longer. Not too much. GPK still following through, and the Scary Ember will be taken down just like the rest of his teammates.
Yeah, and the GG is called by Maledic. Malady. Wow, like BetBoom, when they're winning, they're truly rolling over their opponents. And you could see it once again, a little bit of geniusness coming from that mid lane. A duo from Save and Dragonite. I feel like that was